setting
Those are
1.
interesting card sleeves. They're rounded on the edges, on the
Yeah.
corners.
Yep.
I've never seen those before.
Are your sleeves like circular? Like, what the fuck kind of sleeves are those?
Yeah. Normal sleeve, rounded sleeve.
When the fuck did rounded sleeves come out?
So today, people, we have new sleeves, and we are going to be reviewing this one in particular, which is V's Infinity Curve by Pk'Up. They're made by King, I believe. These happen to be the blue kind, and you get 100 in a box, 2 separate individual packets of 50, and this company makes the little suction device that will pick up other items. They are pretty good. They also do make these, which is an advertisement that was inside the box. It's the all metal poker set. Now, I saw the company on Facebook, and I was like, I'm not interested in the little suction cup device. I get it, I understand what it's used for. It's very, very handy for people with disabilities, or people with, like me, who have no nails because they bite their nails. Regardless, the best product that I believe for the wider gaming TCG market would be these sleeves, because they are extremely unique, being rounded on every single corner, so it makes it for a less painful, in some aspects, experience. Comparing these, we'll compare them, like the feel of this is a Dragon Shield orange with the matte front, because it's black on the inside and orange on the back. We have obviously the Pk'Up sleeve, which is blue all around, and we have a knockoff, like Ultra Pro style, very old school Ultra Pro, super bargain, like 500 for 10 bucks sort of deal. And then another sleeve is a Pokemon ETB sleeve, because I didn't know what other sleeves to compare to, because I don't have very many. I can remember what brand they are. So in comparison with all these, this sleeve has a sort of texture on the back in between these two. So Dragon Shields, as you are aware, have like a orange peel sort of like rough texture. The Ultra Pro knockoffs kind of have a sort of very, very subtle version of this, and then the Pk'Up sleeves have somewhere in between the two. Like, you can see the peel style, but it's not as pronounced as the Dragon Shields. Then obviously Pokemon, this is just an art sleeve, and it has nothing, it's just smooth all around. Then for the corners, so obviously with these corners I have a deck here, so we'll just take a few cards. This feels nice to be able to shuffle in, like really smooth shuffling. And normally with some people you may accidentally jam a card sleeve in under your nail. The most painful experience other than stepping on Legos. With these sleeves it doesn't happen, because they're not sharp corners. There is no sharp corners, so you can obviously jam them underneath your nail. I've not had any injuries with these. Now, I have been playing with these particular blue sleeves and blue deck for around about 2 weeks now, and they're starting to get a little bit of wear, but that is seen with every other sleeves. Like, for example, I've this card here, the bottom has started to peel a little bit, like there. I don't know if it's going to be able to pick it up on camera very well. You can sort of see it starting to peel a bit, but it doesn't affect your shuffling at all. You can still easily and smoothly shuffle the card regardless of the damage. Yes, it could be considered marked, but if all of them are damaged, they're all damaged, and you shouldn't be looking at your deck when shuffling anyway. Regardless, they are not as obvious when you have damage. Whereas Dragon Shields, when they split, they do start to split and peel all the way back pretty quickly. You'll be sleeving a card up, and all of a sudden your sleeve's just ripped in half because it's just gone straight through it. Dragon Shields only really tend to break at the tops, not at the bottom. These card sleeves, the Pk'Up sleeves, are not breaking at the top, they are breaking at the bottom. So whether that matters or not, probably, maybe not, I don't know, I'm not an expert. Obviously the knockoff Ultra Pros, they do get damaged pretty easily, just from, like, the cheaply made, they are not good. The Pokemon sleeves are kind of in the same vein, like a hybrid between the two. Like, they have initially really good quality, but then, as you can see for like this sleeve, this is not a played with sleeve, this has been a binder sleeve, and it's starting to peel on the art side. So the art side is starting to peel back, and will just like fall apart. It's just crazy, like the damage that you can incur with sleeves. Price ranges, obviously ETB sleeves, you have to buy a £50 box and you'll get I believe 100, maybe 60 sleeves, I can't remember off the top of my head for these, but you could probably pick them up for maybe $10 at most, maybe even less than that for ETB sleeves. So mediocre like value for money. The dirt cheap sleeves that I have been using a lot for videos, you can pick these up. I got this particular kind from Amazon. I paid £15 for 500 white sleeves. Absolutely perfect. They're great for binders, they're good for mass deck builds if you're going to be sharing decks with people. Serves its purpose perfectly. Dragon Shields are obviously made for like tournaments. You're going to be playing in tournaments, you're going to be sleeving up with premium sleeves, and they're going to be great for exactly what you need. They are relatively durable. You will have to switch out your sleeves obviously during a tournament. That's usually how it goes between day 1 and day 2, and maybe even halfway through the tournament, depending on how new your sleeves are. Then these sleeves, Dragon Shield sleeves, they cost around about £15 for a pack of 100, which is obviously 5 times worse value for sleeves, but you are getting a much more superior quality compared to this. Now for these sleeves, the quality not too bad so far. Like I say, I've had maybe 1, maybe 2 damaged sleeves so far, with 2 weeks of playing and rough shuffling a lot. It is a very shuffle heavy deck, that one, and I think they are fairly good. They could be better. Obviously these bottom corners, I wish they were like a little bit stronger, because that's where they start to break the most. Otherwise, for a pack of 100 it costs £10, and they do have a value deal at the moment where they are doing I believe £25 for a set of 3, which is why I got 3. I got a blue, a purple and a red. I've not used the red ones yet. Purple is in my Pokemon deck and they are running brilliantly. Another thing to mention about these sleeves, which I should bring up, is, for example, this card, a Norby, you can see how much edging we have, like bleed as I would call it, around the card. It's very, very uniform. Like, the card is basically central in the sleeve, which is really, really nice. Compared to, for example, you won't be able to see it very well with the Zaptor because it's black on black, but the top part of the sleeve is obviously much more like a bigger border than the bottoms of the sides. So you do get a very nice look with these rounded sleeves. Obviously people tend to notice the rounded sleeves as well, which is quite funny, and they shuffle nice and they don't hurt. So if I was to rank each of these sleeves, I give them an out of 10. Dragon Shield would definitely be 8 out of 10 for sleeves. They are great, well known on the market, everything. They've got relatively okay value for the amount of sleeves. Colours and arts are just like through the roof. However, it loses points because of finding the same colour sleeves over and over again gets quite difficult. I don't know exactly what orange that is. They have multiple different kinds of oranges, so if I wanted to find that exact orange, I would struggle. I have somewhere in my binder sleeves 2 different kinds of blue sleeves from Dragon Shield. Now they are very subtly different, but they are still both the same sort of blue, just one slightly lighter blue than the other. But I don't know why. Because I don't think they were from the same box or called the same type of blue. Which is kind of an issue, like if you're trying to find a specific colour. Cheap sleeves, the Amazon ones, I would give maybe 4 out of 10. They are really dirt cheap, which is great, so you can bulk buy as many as you want. But the printing quality on these is really bad, and you can end up seeing like the backs of cards through them, so they're not great for playing with, to be honest. They get damaged, and they often have a lot of time printing errors. I had maybe about a handful to maybe 10 sleeves that had black lines through the back, so you could see what type of card it was. It was crazy, because like, if you was to put a specific card in them sleeves, you would have a black line and you'd know that's a card that's in your deck. So yeah, those not great, but they have their use. They're great for just chucking a card into it, put it in your binder, and then forget about it, like collections. Absolutely perfect. Pokemon sleeves, they look cool, they have different colours, they have artwork, but their quality is not great. The art peels if you use for play. And to be honest, out of all these sleeves, these ones have hurt me the most, like physically, like under the nail sort of pain. A lot more than any other sleeve I've ever used. So I'd probably give these a 6 out of 10. They do have a really cool artwork, like that is such a nice artwork. I wish they were just like on Dragon Shields though. But it is what it is. For Pk'Up, obviously, they do damage quite easily on the bottoms, which is meh. But they don't cause any pain. They look really nice. They shuffle really nice. So I would maybe say 6 to 7 out of 10. They could be better. Better quality on the bottoms would be really nice, like if it was a little bit thicker or something like that. The colour choices, there's 6 or 7 different colours you can pick from. The website doesn't do them justice, because this sort of blue was not advertised. It was like a really, really dark navy blue, and this is like Subaru blue sort of blue. Same with the reds. The reds were shown as like a burgundy dark red colour, but these are actually really light, vibrant cherry red. So the website is quite misleading for colours. Obviously websites aren't going to be perfect, but their photos show the colours being really dark compared to what you actually get. So in the end, the order of how good they are would be this. So we got 8 out of 10, 7 to 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5, let's call it. A number that I can't remember, and then 4. So that is my review of the Infinity Curve Pk'Up sleeves. You can get them in the link below. I'm not affiliated in any way whatsoever. They are just really cool sleeves that just you don't see advertising for these sort of sleeves. They are really, really interesting. They shuffle really nice, and there's nothing more I can say about them. So if you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe. These t-shirts will be coming out very soon, hopefully. I'm trying to work out the best way to distribute them, and we will see you next time with hopefully some gameplay videos. Peace out.